hello, hello. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Vaughn. Shoot, I meant to check your stream out the other night, too. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Hey, Jade. Let me get my huggies in here. How are you doing, Vaughn? Are you being good? You haven't adopted me yet, mister. The Vaughn adoption. Seems so funny seeing my daughter's name in chat. Her name's Jade, but that's not her YouTube handle. That's too funny. Let me get some stuff going on here. For people who are new, you can right click and go to the person's channel. If you need me to post a link, just let me know. Amazon, listen to you. Okay, I had fun playing with a new toy last night. I'm so excited. I keep telling you people I'm a new crafter, and I'm not kidding. So, I had some plain tags because I want to finish filling in. First off, this is actually cardstock pages. These are really pretty. Let me zoom this all the way out. These are really pretty. And you can journal on the back of these. Cardstock they really make nice tags. So then I had two plain ones. I had a blue one and a burgundy one because one's a pink and burgundy, one's a blue. Look at what I did. Are these like not the coolest things you ever seen? I bought embossing folders because when you first start out as a crafter. First off, because I'm new to this. Like I've always been a crocheter and things like that, but I'm new to the junk journaling community and scrapbooking because I always did everything digitally and just printed them. So, you meet people who've been crafters, you meet people who are new crafters. So, yes, I have your channel, Bonnie. You can tell who's subscribed to your channel if you go to your YouTube studio. My settings are not set to private, so you can see. So, one thing I have learned is I'm a picky buyer. Even though I do have a lot of videos on my Study Fun Time mails, it shows what I have bought along my crafting journey. Everything you see in my Sunny Fun Time videos was the very beginning of when I started buying my craft supplies. So what you see is all I have. Like I have not been a 20-year collector where people have 5 totes of fabrics and blah, blah, blah. I don't have all that. Everything I started was new on YouTube like a couple years ago. So that's why you're seeing all these Sunny Fun Time mails, because you're like going on my crafting journey with me. That's the whole point of, part of the variety of my channel. So when you first start out as a crafter, you have no clue what you want to get into and what you want to buy. So it's very easy to get caught up in, I want this, I want this, I want this. But I'm not like that. I actually have been very picky on my purchases. Now, some crafters will tell you if you don't use something within a year, pitch them. Yeah, for scraps maybe, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to use your tools. You just might not be there yet. So something I started collecting at the very beginning, but I never played with them until last night because I never really took the time, is embossing folders. And you need to really decide as a crafter, like what interests you and what doesn't. Like I'm not interested in jelly plates. I love watching people play with them, but it's not something that piques and perks me to do it. I don't want to. So I never went down the rabbit hole to get all the things to go with the jelly plates, because you got to buy the jelly plates themselves and you got to buy the stuff that works with it. But I didn't go there. Now, there was another thing I wasn't sure. So I didn't start buying it until recently because I have decided I'm going to. And what pushed me into the decision of doing this is interesting. There was a crafter on here that actually was into making molds and selling them on their channel plain for you to paint and you to do what you want. And that particular crafter, because sometimes you don't know who's going to stay your friend or who isn't. So that particular crafter, I had bought molds and actually gifted them to her. And I asked her if she would make me a few of each, in return for free because I paid for the molds. And well, that friendship didn't last. And needless to say, I never got the molds, but it is what it is. Shit happens. So I had bought them again and I was going to send them to another crafter. Well, we're not friends anymore either. So I'm glad I never mailed them to her. So I decided, you know what, Tammy, you're just going to do it your damn self and not rely on everybody else. And sometimes you go through this. So, because when you're on the web, you don't know who you're going to stay friends with and who you're not. You meet some not so nice people along the way. That happens. Or things just don't work out. So these are like molds, what I'm talking about, that you can, play with clay and then paint them and do them yourself. So I kept the molds and this was something in the future. Doesn't mean because I'm not playing with it, I'm not going to use them. It just means not right now because I'm playing with some other stuff. So that will be eventually coming. When, I can't tell you, but it will. And embossing folders was one of the items that I purchased. I just haven't played with it. And last night I was watching Chicago PD, which I love that show. It's on Hulu. And I was in the middle of watching it and I thought, I'm going to break out my Big Shot, because one thing I can say, that is one of the best investments I made. I love my Big Shot machines so much. I've got 2 of them. I got one upstairs and downstairs because I can make all kinds of stuff with them. And one of the things that you can use on your Big Shot is embossing folders. So look how pretty. And it did both sides. These are so cool. You have embossing folders that have, indentions on both sides. You run them through your Big Shot machine, and this is what it creates on paper. You have some that's one-sided, some that are two-sided, some you can make cards with, but I would, pick what I know I'm going to like to design because they have tons of them. And the ones that you have cards, they'll have like a great big blank square, and it'll have like a border to emboss when you're actually making greeting cards. But I don't buy those particular embossing folders because I'm not planning on making cards. That's not something on my agenda. So I buy the ones that are filled in so that I can get these kinds of looks. And these are the things you need to tell yourself. When you get into any hobby, question, am I going to go down that area? Am I going to go down this area? And that's how you pretty much can save money to where you're not going to. Now, I talked to Sandy about this. Sometimes people, when they have sales on YouTube, they have build-a-bundles or they have jewelry bundles, like in a pack. Me personally, I like picking things out a piece at a time. I'm not really a bundle girl because most of the time when I see a bundle of something, and I'm not dissing the sellers, do not get me wrong, but it's like I might like 2 or 3 things. It's just kind of like when you're picking out a paper pad and you go to Joann's or Hobby Lobby, you flip through it and you got to like the majority of the pad before you buy it. That's how I do bundles. So you'll see me do unboxings from Whatnot to do with jewelry that's going to be incorporated in my journals. You'll see lace bundles and linens and that kind of stuff. You might see some of that stuff come up for resale in my sales or giveaways for people who are interested, because I probably won't use some of the stuff in the bundles. I pick out, like right now, what I've been doing with my jewelry unboxings. It just gives you some idea what I do behind the scenes that you don't see. is I have a box that's going to be Christmas presents. I have a box that's going to go into Happy Mails. I have, because us crafters, when we do Happy Mails, we send out a little bit of craft supplies to new crafters when you find out things they're interested in, like their favorite colors, the things that they like to play with. Like, for instance, I have two favorite crafters that used to come to my sales. I've gotten to know them in the crafting community. One, she loves to collect mice. Another one, she loves giraffes. So when I see this stuff when I'm out, I combine it into a Happy Mail, and I like surprising them sometimes because it's just fun. That's what Happy Mails are about, to make people happy. So, and I've had people send me Happy Mails because they know I love horses. They know my favorite color is blue. They know I love yellow roses. So that stuff will show up in Happy Mails. Like one I opened here recently from my friend Karen when she went to France. It's so funny that I'm working on Paris journals. And she was actually in France and sent me a card from Paris. So this gives you an idea of a cute Happy Mail. She knows I have the love of horses. So what did she do? She found a bunch of vintage horse playing cards because we like these kinds of cards to decorate our journals. So if you have cards in the past, when I think of all the cards where I've lost pieces and pitched the deck, why? If they have pictures on them, you can save them. You can share them in Happy Mails, like birds and flowers and all that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. When I think of all the vintage cards my grandmothers had, don't get rid of them, because we used to like put other decks and mix them to have them. But, eventually you got rid of them because the whole deck wasn't there. This is what we do with them as crafters. Don't throw those decks of cards away. Save them for us because we like this stuff. So that's an idea of a Happy Mail. Well, in the meantime, you just got to decide pretty much what you're going to do. You might end up getting into something later. That might happen too. Hey, mascot. But it's cool because this way you don't overspend when you are out shopping for your craft supplies. And if you see a gift or something that, Christmas and all this stuff is birthdays, sometimes I just know what people like, even in my family. So I put stuff aside. Or if I'm in a sale with someone and I'm watching some of the things that they like, that's a good way to do a Christmas present, to surprise them. Gotta give them a huggy face. So this is just tips if you become a new crafter, to how to be frugal when you shop. Be picky. It's okay to be picky. Because I am. I have never just bought to buy. I actually will use the items I bought, like tools. So far, I wanted a big bite, so I bought one. I wanted a big shot, so I bought one. I actually have a small crocodile, and a big bite's just a bigger one. It lets you reach further into an item to punch a hole, because you know how like your hole punchers are limited. Your crocodile will let you go in so far, and you actually have a measure on it, but your big bite lets you go in real far because it's a longer tool. So I knew I wanted that. What other tools? Your paint brushes, if you plan on painting, stuff like that, and then you just build up. But some things you might not want to use, so you don't buy it. Because I know some people get into crafting and it's like candy. They like want everything. But anyways, so that's how I do my buys. But my weakness is vintage. I will tell you that right now. When I do purchases in my stuff, it's the weaknesses for me are vintage postcards. Anything that can be turned into a digital that's out of copyright date. I love that stuff. It's like I go into a sale, it's like, damn, you gotta stop. Because you could go hog wild. And prices are different from everybody you buy from. You know, if you go into an antique mall, you're going to pay a lot more than a seller that you find on YouTube that who just goes to estate sales. Like I got really lucky, for example, when I found a guy in the Facebook marketplace that had a quilter's estate because he's not a crafter. He had no clue what the prices were for this stuff. So for me, and I've mentioned this before, this is not a brag. This is just a fact. You will meet people who hit estate sales, and he sold me 2 vehicle loads full of stuff for only $165. When I brought it to YouTube and I resold it on my sale, I made $700 off of a $165 purchase. And I even sold cheap. If I would have sold it at the prices you see on eBay, I would have made a killing. But I'm not a capitalist, and that's the difference. Because if I get it cheap, you're going to get it cheap. And most of the stuff from that sale, I sold for $1 a piece. And I even had people tell me that were watching in the background, oh, I can't believe you sold that quilter's stuff for, the fabric. I sold the fabric for like $1 or $2 a piece because I didn't pay that big of a price. But if you go to try to find quilters fabric, it is expensive. That stuff is not cheap. But I sold it for what you know what I mean? Like I got it cheap, you got it cheap. That's how I look at it because some crafters can't afford those high prices. And I'm one of those crafters. I can't go out and pay $10 for a yard of fabric because I'm into so much with junk journaling. Your tools and other stuff's expensive. You want to try to save where you can. So whenever I have a sale, you're going to get stuff cheap because I get it cheap because I'm a frugal shopper to begin with. But you have some people out there who, it just depends on if it's for a living. Their price higher because they're trying to make a living from it. Me, it's a hobby. That's the difference. Just so everybody knows, so I can clarify, because I don't want anybody to ever think I'm putting down somebody who's selling this for this high of a price, because if that's a living and they want to make a living from it, then more power to you. It's just sometimes with me as a shopper and being older, I'll sit back and be like, what? You paid what? You're selling that for what? But, you have your people who are thrifters and you have your people that want to make money. So they're going to get something for cheap and sell it for the high price that it is. That's why eBay has such prices that are so high and competitive. And plus they have a bunch of fees to pay. It's not easy selling off of websites. Everybody wants a piece of the pie, people. And there's always a certain amount that comes out of that. And I actually like buying and selling on Etsy. I've compared prices on eBay, Etsy, and Amazon, and it was not worth it to me to sell my used books in my bookstore through Etsy and eBay, because when I went through the FBA calculator, FBA or FBLA, whatever the calculator thing's called, if I sold a book that was used for $5, I was making negative 14 cents. Seriously. If you mail all your books to the Amazon Center and you let them pack it for you, you're paying the packing fee, the helper fee, all these fees. There's no way I could afford it. So what I ended up doing was, when I do my books, which I will be doing them again, I show you what books is in my bookstore by tens. And the reason why I do it by tens and by a lot is because you can only post 10 pictures on the Facebook marketplace. So I do 10 books at a time. I read the synopsis. I'll do like the whole month of romances. And say you're a book buyer. You go through that whole month and give me a list at the end of the name of the book and the author. And then I will make a special order for you at Etsy, email you the link, and you can go pay for it how you want. I don't have to figure out shipping. I don't have to ask if you want to use a credit card or a credit card or credit card or PayPal or anything, because Etsy accepts it all. So Etsy does the homework for me. And you'll have a lot of people complaining about, oh my God, Etsy charges this, or they're doing my work for me, because there's websites out there you have to put in yourself. Like, even if you sell on the Whatnot app, you have to know the shipping yourself. Whatnot doesn't figure that out for you. You have to know how many ounces is mailed for how much. I don't want to deal with all that. So to me, paying the Etsy fees takes that headache away. So I don't complain about Etsy, because it gives me a page at the end of the year what for my taxes. All I have to do is subtract off the 20 cents for each posting, and because that's all it costs to post on Etsy, by the way, it's 20 cents. And then they take a fee out once it's sold. And all I have to do is do that math on that whole sheet and turn it in for my bookkeeping, and I'm done. Except for being that I have a home business too, and it's not just web. Of course, I have to do gas mileage and all that kind of stuff, because I have a physical store and license, but that's different. But I do my own taxes myself. All I do is turn it into the tax lady, the pages, and then she just adds them to whatever, and we're done. Hey, Neil. But that's how, they do everything for me. I don't have to pay TurboTax or anybody. I just download that sheet, take it to my tax lady, who used to be our magistrate, and she feels that it's her public duty to do our taxes. She does not ask for a fee. I don't pay to get my taxes done. I just give her, we give her a gift of money for doing it, but it's not like I have to pay all this amount that people charge to do your taxes. So we're pretty lucky that way. So we save money there too. Like I said, I'm frugal, people, in every way. You don't even know. But just to share some tidbits. So anyways, see what I'm going to use on these. So I made these tags to finish. I want to show you how these dried. These dried out so nicely for this journal. But you can get to know some pretty cool crafters on here too. There's some good people. Look how cute. They stick up. I like when stuff sticks up on my journals. So I had this done that we did in the last live. This was done with a napkin, some Nuvo drops. That was it wasn't really a sticker, but it was cut like a sticker. And then this is the Nuvo heart drops, and it's not dimensional enough. It's pretty flat where it'll fit in your pockets. I try to stay away from adding wooden things unless it's to the top, because when you put them in the pockets and they slide in and out, you don't want them to catch. And then the second one I had fun with. I had fun making these beads. I did this last week too. Write it like a bead, hang me down. You could do a charm. It says Romantic Paris. It's got a little sticker stamp, another tag, and this is glued onto a book page. So these are my decorations. And then here was a page out of a magazine. I added my dyed paper for like a journaling card. You just use it for decoration. And I decorated this. And this week I wanted to add the other two pieces. So we're going to put, since this one here is like the purplish pink book, I'm going to put a floral here. And then we did this last week too. This is what I do with my Big Shot machine, die cuts. You get metal things and you run it through like the embossing folders, and you can make little stuff. And then this is my second tag holder page. And that's where the maroon one's going to go in. So we'll have that one. And then the second journal I'm working on, which this is mine, I'm keeping. This one here, I did, was that, this was not stickles. It was, what the heck is it called? The Nuvo with sparkles. Hey, John. How are you? How is everybody tonight, by the way? So what I'm going to do with this one is I haven't really added any tags to mine yet. I did this napkin over a book page, and I have this pocket here, and I'm going to put this maroon tag on it with the decoration. And then in the back, I'm going to put the blue in here. So I'm going to put this on it first. I'm going to put, I don't think I have all my fabric up here. I was looking for this piece of fabric, and I don't know where I put it. That's what I was looking for last week. But these are cute to take. You can use ribbon. You can use cloth. All kinds of stuff. Tear them into strips to make tag. Pieces. There's one YouTuber I would like to do her crafty challenges. We think a lot alike when we create. One of these days, I'm going to enter some of her challenges where you do them and then you post them on her Facebook. So there's that. The rest of the tags just need their holes filled. Sorry Silk's good for that too. So I'm going to have to go through and find some of my Sorry Silk. I got a stash somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. Well, that's good to hear, John. Yes, it's a good night. It really is a good night. I forgot today was Wednesday. I was like, oops. Oopsie, oopsie. So what we're going to be doing pretty much is decorating the two journals that I created. And one of the blue bags that I was showing you in one of my I was going to add something inside the page that I thought, I don't know if I'm going to or not. I want to think about this for a little bit. But one of the things that I love to do with these, I opened it during my Sunny Fun Time mail, is I'm going to add this to a page and turn it into a pocket because I love these for that. So all you got to do is pretty much glue and dry. So we're going to take this. And you could even make a pocket after it if you want to, but I'm not going to. I just want it for adding purposes. So this will have to dry, and you got to make sure, because the glue goes through it, that you don't dry the front to the back. So I'm going to smooth it and then pull this part up and just leave it dry. And this is going to be a pocket when it's done. So this means I can add a tag down into it or whatever I want to add to it. That's what I like using these for in journals because I think they're cute decorations. And I have a whole bunch of them now, so I was really happy about getting that. I have a pink one. Where it's at, I don't have a clue. But I do have a pink one I want to put in this book too. It's fun when you create two different journals of the same theme. That's why I'm doing two Paris journals, is because this one here is going to come up for sale when it's done. It'll probably go in my Etsy store. or in a live sale. I don't know yet. I'll have to think about it. And, or you could do this too. You could take and put a hanky down into one of these two. Kind of like, let me see if I can. See, we'll do this. You take like this hanky, fold it this way. Fold it this way. You can pin it, do whatever. Have like a fancy fold of some sort. I'm not being spectacular right now, just giving ideas. And then you could shove this down in here and just leave it as a little hanky decoration pocket. It's wet, so I'm not going to put it all the way in. We'll let that dry still. But just ideas like that. I love doing hankies and journal pockets because I think they're cute. That's why I like hankies. I never use them. I mean, come on now, people. Look how pretty this is. Would you blow your nose on one of these? I wouldn't. Back in the day, they're too cute. Thanks, John. And they do have a lot of good sellers on the Whatnot app too. Thrifting Treasures just did a video. If you don't know what the Whatnot app is, let me get it up here. She did a video on what it is in case people don't know. Come on. I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting an interruption in live streams telling me to retry because service was lost. That's crazy. Okay. So if you don't know what Whatnot is, this is a good place to learn. Thrifty Treasures, I met her, even though she's a YouTuber, I met her there instead of on YouTube. And she explains what it's about and how to use it. It's really cool because you could be a buyer or a seller or both. And it has all kinds of different categories. Like, it's just, it's fun. I bought 2 Funko Pops that I'll be unboxing in the future. And they have vintage clothes, they have Funko Pops, they have jewelry, all kinds of stuff. There's one on there that's actually a hoarder's selling. It's a whole bunch of totes of a hoarder's basement or something. I don't know. It's a bunch of collectibles, but everything's in totes. Like, they were nicely kept. You have your dirty hoarders and you have your clean hoarders. And apparently this person was a clean hoarder. And you should see some of the salt and pepper shakers and cool stuff they bring up. Anyways, so we got that done. Now I got to find... I'm going off on a Gabby tangent, which that's cool too. We could talk and create at the same time. So I'm going to use this piece. I need to find some more light colors. I don't want to use this other color I have because it's more of a fall. So we're going to take these pieces and use them. For my tags. Let's see here. So I'll be cutting this. Put this on the tag. Garbage over here. I still never found my eyelash trim either. I was looking for it too. I just used it here recently. I had it in my living room. Then I cleaned. And I lost it. Let's just face it. Every time Tabby cleans, she loses stuff. Yes, Sandy, I still have not found the letters. I looked a couple times and I just gave up. In December, I have letters that I know people want me to continue to read. It's a love story between Elsie and William from World War II. It's before they were married and after they were married, some of their friends, and it's like a never-ending, beautiful pile of letters. And I want to continue it every Wednesday for the month of December. That's like a crafting break. And that's what I want to do is read their story because I think we should honor our military. And December is when I pick for it because I don't know, there's something about around Christmas. I really like to thank our military people, past, present, and future, for everything that they've done to serve our country because I don't know why I picked the month of December, but I just want to honor them just because I do. But I think I don't know, around Christmas time, it's just more sentimental to me. And I think it has something to do with, the story I heard about one of the wars when everything was quiet. It was around Christmas. I can't tell you which battle it was, but it like stopped for the whole holiday season. And it was just the thought that people could stop fighting for a day just to recognize it. I just thought that was just so cool. So Christmas is why it's so sentimental to me, I guess. I just like it. So anyways, we will go from there to the second one. Have that one done. I'm going to continue to let my little pouch dry over here. It shouldn't take long because the Lena's dries pretty fast. So we'll leave this sit out and continue on this one. So that one's already got one color, which I do like that I'm making this one a little bit more of a variety of color. And we shall do this piece. In here. I thought there was, I'm going to have to look in the bag and see if there is one. I may have to do it to one of these tags since I put beads on mine. I think it was in this pocket. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. It's called Bliss Beads Charm. And it's silver. Let's see here. It's a charm of the Eiffel Tower. So let me pop it out. If I can get it out. Give me a second. It's stuck in there. Come out wherever you are. Sometimes I think these plastic products are adult proof instead of child proof. I can't get it torn open, but I'm going to try. Give me a second. Oh, I got to fight with packaging. This is awful. This is terrible. Use this pokey tool. me get this out of here. Oh. So since I did beads in the other journal, I'm going to add this one to this one because I think it's cute. If I get it out of here, I will. I think I have another Eiffel Tower charm downstairs, but I don't want to go look for it right this second. Come out. Jeez, this is stubborn. What the heck is on this? Ugh. It's got like, oh, it's a coating of plastic stuck on it. It's like, what the heck? Okay. So now that I got that out, look how cute that charm is. That's cute. So I'm going to probably hang it off of one of the tags maybe. Or I could put it as a dangle hanging off a tag. I have to think about it. I will think about it. Hey, Judy. Hey, Anthony. Welcome. Thank you. Sorry, I wasn't reading chat. I was fighting with the Eiffel Tower. That actually sounded funny. Okay. You're welcome. You know, I kind of like that right there. Let me see. There or, well, no, the beads are in this one. Duh. That's okay. Maybe I'll put it off of this one since the other one's got flowers on it. Crafter's mind. We're always changing stuff. Okay, so let me put this over here. Hold this. Quit sticking to my fingers. Okay. Cut this piece of sorry silk. And put this through here. Or if you're creating this for someone else, you could, I don't think I have any up here. Jeez, all my crafting stuff is downstairs. I need a bulb pen, bulb clip, because I can put a bulb clip in here and then hang it. Or I could just do what I did last time. I could just do this. Let's see if I can do this instead. So just sew and then I'll do this with it. Well, thank you. Put this through here. Sorry, I'm not showing this within, but I got to hold this closer to me so I can see it. My eyes are like old. I got old eyes. Let's see here. Does anybody know how you hook up a camera to where it shows you and yourself crafting too at the same time? I haven't figured it out yet. The only thing I could think of is having another account with my camera on and invite myself to StreamYard. I've seen people do it. I just don't know how they do it. When I try to Google the information, I'm like, what? Because I see on StreamYard and Restream both, because I use Restream now where you can put more than one camera, but I don't know how you put the other camera on. How do you do that? Because if I can't put two cameras on the same computer because they fight each other for default. So I don't know how to do it. I can't figure it out. You know how to do it, Joni? With two cameras though? Because my computer, if I tape it in, I'll say, would you like to make this default? Like I can't run two cameras off the same, at least I don't know how. That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I thought. But do you have to do, you have to have another YouTube account to do it though, because I know I can't post or text or anything on YouTube unless I have a separate account. Like unless you join YouTube with an account, it won't let me post in live streams on my computer. Okay. So I tied my little knot in here. And then this is what I'll do. Let me do this again. This through the hole. Okay. I hear what you're saying. Oh, I never thought about using my phone. I don't have a tablet, but I could do that with my phone. The only thing oh, okay. So then I would mute my phone. I get it. I think I get what you're saying. Okay. So we do this. And I can cut the little rabbit ears off. Tiny pieces. And then you can take this knot, put it up here. This way, if the person buys the journal and they don't like having this on here, they could remove it. That's cute. So there we have the Eiffel Tower on a tag. I like it. It'll hang. There. Cutesy. Thank you. So that's what I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to play with my phone on that. I don't have a tablet, but what I could do. I don't know. Thank you, Vaughn. Hello, Christine. My subscribers last night was 2,889, and now it's dropping to 2,870. So I tell you, YouTube's up and down, up and down. It's teasing me. It's like, we know she wants to get to 3K to do giveaways, and we're just gonna take her subs away, or people are unsubscribing. Shame on you people unsubscribing. Get back here. Get back here on my channel so I can do giveaways. So that's what I want to do when I reach 3K. Okay. So I guess I could do a belly band in this one. Let me see. I know it's crazy, but I think a lot of people are unsubscribing though. They just want you to subscribe to them and they unsubscribe. And I think the reason why, I do have a reason why they're doing it, is there's some people on here that don't want to come and watch other people's channels. They just want to grow their own, like a TV show. And they don't want to subscribe back to people. But I also know on Instagram, that's where I started. Like, I was on Instagram a long time ago. People don't think to ask how many people can follow me. You see millions of people following somebody on Instagram, but I will give you a heads up. You cannot follow a million people. Instagram cuts you off at 7,500 people. YouTube, as a new YouTuber, you will get cut off and you'll get a 4-something error at 2,000. Once you follow 2,000 people, YouTube will not let you follow other people. And I think people don't know this. Now, there's a difference, though, between Instagram and YouTube. Once 2,000 people follow you back, then you can continue to grow your channel. But on Instagram, you can't. They literally cut you off at 7,500 people. And I know this because I did it. I got up to 7,500 people when I was in the makeup community, and I couldn't understand why it kept giving me errors. So I decided to Google it because I was like, why can't I follow people? And then it happened to me on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, how many people am I allowed to follow? So I Googled it. YouTube will tell you to delete somebody that's maybe has a dead account or whatever, so that you can add like somebody maybe that has a channel and it's not just a follower. But you can't just delete one. You have to delete about 5 or 10 people before you can follow another person. It's ridiculous. I did it. I was there. But it comes up as I can't remember, it was a 4 or 5 error. There's a special error number for it. And I kept Googling, what does this error mean? And it wouldn't give me any answers. On YouTube, there was no answers. And here it cuts you off. And then I print screened it and I read it to people in a couple of my lives to prove it. And they have a reason on Instagram why you can only follow 7,500 people. It's if you type in, let's see, how many people can I follow on Instagram? Before I get cut off, I typed in how many people can I follow Instagram till I get cut off, before I get cut off. And it says To help reduce spam, Instagram doesn't allow anyone to follow more than 7,500 people. Anyone who tries to follow more than 7,500 people will see an error message regardless of how many followers they have. Anyone who's currently following more than 7,500 people did so before this change was made. Isn't that something? So that's why you see a bunch of followers. And I'm thinking people coming from Instagram to YouTube think YouTube cut you off. So they'll hurry up and unsubscribe from you. Because I don't believe it's just a purge. I believe it's people just wanting. So then one time, alrighty, Joni. Aw, that's so sweet. So one time I had an app that just to study. It was an app somebody created, and it said on the app, it'll show you who follows you and who unfollows you on Instagram. Yes, Vaughn, I downloaded this program on my phone. And a lot of companies, I kept getting this wig place. It kept trying to add me, and I'm thinking, what the heck is this business? What? I don't wear wigs. Not that I have anything against wigs. It's just not something I would follow unless I actually wore them. So I watched it, and it followed me on Instagram, and I didn't follow it back. So then it unsubscribed and resubscribed to me like 2 or 3 times. So finally I followed it back to see what it would do. And as soon as I followed it back, it unsubscribed. So that's like a method that these businesses and people are doing that want to grow their channel, is that they'll add you to get you to add them, and then they dump you. The only difference on Instagram is you can see it with that program or not. You can see who's following you if you got the time to do it. YouTube, I wish somebody would create that app. Somebody out there who created the one for Instagram, if you ever watch my channel, please create an app that shows who subscribes and unsubscribes on YouTube, because that would be awesome. That way they can't get away with privacy settings. Whether you're set to private or not, you should be able to show. And I think that's why a lot of people set their stuff to private, not only to protect their friends, though, because some want to do that, because they don't want people to see who they're subscribed to back. They just want the followers. That's why I have a hard time trusting people that set to private. And I have brought this up with a person that I know, and she said, I said, why do you have privacy settings on? I'm just curious. And she says, because I don't want other people to see what I view. I said, well, we can't see what you view, but we can see who's following your channel. But if it's a channel like, I don't know, the only thing I could think of, Vaughn, and I don't mean this to be derogative, but say somebody has an interest, maybe they haven't come out of the closet and they're gay or something, and they want to watch channel to talk about it. They don't want their friends to know. I get it. You know what I mean? For those personal things, I do get it. But I don't care what you just watched. My thing is, I like the channels open that subscribe to people, because people can network that way without having to go to YouTube search and searching everybody's names if they're looking for people. Because when I went into my YouTube Studio app, people were finding me that way through other people's channels. It wasn't even a YouTube search. It was other people's channels. That's my 2 highest ways that people find me, is YouTube search and through other channels. And I do believe that. That's why I started. I didn't know until, I know this sounds stupid, but I actually would upload joke pictures to my community page. I didn't know you could share videos there at first, that they had a, when you pull up the share, that it goes right to your community page that you could choose. I didn't know that feature was even there till not too long ago. So now when I'm in a live stream, I know I can put it on my community tab. I haven't really been investing in the community tab when I go to people's channels and my own. I never really pay attention to those, and you really should, because it's a good way to share people out. So that's what I've been trying to do lately, if I remember. But like what I mean, if you go to your channel and you scroll across to where it says channels, mine's not set to private, they're all open. And that's how people are finding each other to support channels because, you know, we're an influencer. So if you have your channel set to private, we can't see who's following you or who you're following. Or to me, this is nice when you show who you follow, because if you're a good person, most likely the people that you're following are pretty decent people. And it narrows down who you can network, you know, with, channels that you can go check out that your friends watching, so that you can meet their friends, and then their friends become your friends, and my friends becomes your friends, and we're all friends, just like BMOS says it on her channel. But it's true. That's what builds a good community, is when you could go into people's channels and see who they're following. I follow a lot of the same people some of the people who come in here follow, and it's so cool because we have all those people in common. I think it's awesome. And you never know who's watching your channel. You really don't. Because I know Nikki was talking about on her channel, because I watched Nikki, she was live, and somebody sent money to her PayPal because they know that she does makeup looks, and told her to go buy a specific palette to do a makeup look with. I thought that was so cool that they did that for her. She was talking on her stream about really wanting this one palette, but she didn't know she could afford it because she has kids. And she had anonymous donator saying, I've been watching your channel for years. She had no clue this person was even watching her, and she couldn't believe that they sent it to her PayPal, the money for her to buy that. Is that like not cool? That is like the sweetest thing. That's like a secret Santa. I love it when people do that. I wish that, like, I like going into Etsy and, you know, buying from people's stores and surprising them. But Amazon wish list, I have a problem with it. Um, excuse me, I can't figure this out. I've had people post open Amazon wish lists for things that they were looking for, and I would go to surprise them, and because I didn't have their address, Amazon kept wanting to send it to me. And I don't know why you can't click on the person's name and have it. You don't have to see their address. Amazon can keep their address a secret, but if you click on their wish list, Amazon should automatically send it to them. And I never see that on the Amazon wish list, because I know there's a couple people that'll put them on their profiles, or they'll put them in streams, like kind of like an angel tree around Christmas. They'll say, I know some people in our community, they can't really afford to buy Christmas things for their kids, and they have a wish list where you can actually, but it doesn't work for me to send something to them unless I have their address to put it in. I don't know. I don't understand it. I understand the wish list for us, but to shop for someone else, I can't figure that out. Because unless I have their address, I can't, it'll want to come to my house. And some of them people, I don't know who they are to do that for their kids. So I don't know. That part I found strange. Okay, so let me backflip through this. I got to figure out where I want to put a belly band in here. You know, I might do it right here. Belly bands are cool because you can do them side to side or up and down. I know you're up here. There you are. So I'm going to grab this. And since this is the pinkish book, we could do a floral page on the side. So what you kind of do with the belly band is you can go up and down or crossways. I think I might do this one crossways. So you pick like eyeball is how I do it. How wide I want this to be. No, there's not the correct scissors. Team, pay attention. This is the one. It's got the teeth because I want to design. So I'm going to do this. This. Come on, scissors. These scissors sometimes can be so hard to use. Sorry if that's noisy. Okay. And then I'm going to eyeball about maybe about this thick across. So give me a second. Gonna fight with the teeth of my alligator scissors. That's horrible. And then I'm so not the straightest cutter in the world. That's terrible. I need to cut it down. That was awful. Just went like uphill. Okay. So we'll take this side. I'm going to do this one crossways. Or I could do it up and down. Either or. Maybe I'll do it up and down. Cool. Off. That'll work. And we'll do my little, there it is, my little sidekick over here. Working around the edges. Come on. Oh no. Be stubborn. It'll work though. A couple of pieces. Okay. A little bit. Give it some fancy schmancy. Okay. So we'll put this like right here. And what I do is I put a little glue here. Some people use sewing machine, some people glue, whatever your preference is. Put a belly band here, belly band there. And then about right in, you can leave it as is, but I like doing this too because I think it's nifty. I think it's neato. Right here. I'm going to do it this way. We'll do it that way. Hold on. It's too big for new pairs of scissors. Okay. I can't remember. Stacy, did I give Stacy a hug when she came in? I know I saw her out of the corner of my eye. Where'd she go? Or did? I thought Stacy came. Stacy come in? I don't know. Okay. So we'll put this here, like right in this area. And then what I'll do is I glue the bottom. Not for holding purposes. And I'll stick this about right here under my belly band. You can do it in the middle, towards the bottom, towards the top. It depends on what you're going to stick in here. Then I'm going to go back through this and see what else I can find. Let's see here. I'm just looking for ephemera. Be right back. Something that I hope that matches. Like, this is cute. One or the other. Or both. Here. Same. Or I could just, it's too big. Hold on. I'm looking. There's got to be something in here small enough to fit there. Oh, this is pretty. Okay. So this can be one of the items. I'm going to use this as a reference. to measure. It's like perfect size. I have one of my encyclopedia sets up here. Paper, paper, paper. What can we use to measure this against? Oh. I hate when I find an image and I like both sides. It's like, no, don't make me choose. Don't make me. That's a cute piece. And then, come on, one more. Give me one more goodie. This could be used. Buddy. I don't know if that would be too much pink or not. Because that's cute too. Guess I could do all three. Here, we'll do this. We have an Ooh La La Paris. I'll do one with grounded, one squared, and then the other one just a different shape. And we'll do this one here. Oh, should I put that down further? No, it'll fit. This one here. Ooh, maybe I should have. Tearing it. Hold on, it's going to be covered anyway, so it don't matter. Put this down further. I should have measured it first, or picked out the ephemera first. But it happens. This is the blooper channel too. So we're going to take this down here. And put it in. Come on, team. Get it in there straight. Right there. Okay. And then we'll have this piece will go here. This piece will go in the middle. And then this piece out the side. Like, yeah. Or you could just leave it these two. It doesn't matter. If you want to use that as a tag, I could use that as a tag. I still feel like I need a third piece in there. Let me see. Because this has already got the hole pre-punched in it. So that would be a cute tag too. How about we could add something scenic. Let me use this for measuring purposes. That's what we can do. We will use this beautiful piece of architecture and we will put that in instead. So that way we have this piece, and the architecture right there. Here we go. We can use this for something else. That's just the magazine picture. Be sure it's not sticking. There. We have a belly band with some cute tucks. Yay! Okay. Then, okay, so let's see how this is decorated. I don't like to over embellish. What else is really cute as? No, we won't do it there. I always go through my books front and back when I'm embellishing so that I know I have something on certain pages, like each page, to where the back doesn't get left off. No, this is not my keep journal. I don't keep pink, Sandy. Woman, you know better than that. So this is the last signature. Let's see what the second one has for decoration. Anything yet? So we shall put something here about, let me know. I thought I had smaller envelopes. Ouch. That I could play with. They're already pre-done. Me and my stash. What did I do with the rest of my envelopes? I decorated a bunch of, oh, here they are. I was like, now darn it, they gotta be beside me somewhere. Okay, let's see what we have. Wait a second. Whatever. Just stop. Okay. Let's see here. Those got stuff on them, so it doesn't work. Let's see what I have done. This is cute. I forgot about these. Yee. Hold on. I found some goodies I forgot I had pre-made. That is really cute. I love when I find some stuff I pre-made and I forgot I had them. I don't think these two though. Those ones don't. This one does though. I need that for a journal upcoming. Jube, 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 jube. I can't believe I don't have one of these blank. What the heck were you thinking, Tammy? Let's just make one since I don't have any blank ones. I'm making a mess, Sandy. You're sassy, Sandy, and I'm messy, Tammy. What can I say? So we're going to take this. For a second. Come on, glue. Stay down there. Be good. Okay. I don't know. We'll see what this looks like. I don't know if I want to. I mean, it could be a cute little color, but I don't know. Don't really want to use the front of that. save it. Like a backwards envelope pocket. That's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to do it like this. No, I like it like this. It's only supposed to be a small tuck. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. And then, this is what we're going to do. I've been wanting to play with envelopes in different ways anyways. So we're going to play a little bit with this envelope after I get this part done. Okay. So we'll put this through here. Give it some sorry silk. Then I'm going to take this envelope. Yeah, we'll use some of this. This across here, like so. So I'll have to dry. And then this will have to dry for sure. I kind of like this backwards envelope thingy. Now, I'm not saying I'm the only crafter who's done it, but I haven't seen nobody do this. But if somebody else has done this, no, I'm not stealing your idea. This came from the top of my head. My crazy head. Okay, so we have that. And let's see what else we have in here. We're going to take and mix. just because I want something different on here too. We're going to do Nouveaux mixed with Stickles. Come on. Don't you dare be messing up on me. I'm not going to have it. I don't have my pokey tool up here. And you got to be really careful with Stickles because they definitely like to clog. They're beautiful when you use them, though. They just like to clog for some reason, and I don't have my pokey tool. It's downstairs. Come on, quit being a brat. Stop it. That's what those tools are for. The glue jewels. Come on. Oh, it's going to give me a hard time. Okay. The blue is going to be a pain in my butt, but that's okay because I'm experimenting with this too. So we're going to go down one side. That's what I do with blue. And then, come on, we're going to mix colors because I like to mix colors. And then this side, the green is in clogged. So we're going to go down this side with a different color. It's so pretty. Okay. Just a little bit more blue. Come on, blue. Don't be a pain. Just a little bit more. Fight me. You know you're my favorite color. Quit being a little brat. Okay. Very gently. Instead of I'm hunting rabbits, I'm hunting Stickles. Okay. Yay. And then down on the bottom, we're going to take this, and right here in the center, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. This is why I love Nouveau drops. Pretty, pretty. I don't need a smaller tag, woman. My tag looks perfect right here. I like it. And that'll have to dry. Excuse me. And then this is what we get. Ooh, where it's got a little bit of glimmers. And then here's the cute little tag. It slides right in the envelope. I like it. Okay. I don't care who steals my ideas. I'm not a picky crafter. So if somebody sees it and you want to use it, you can say inspired by Tammy, or you can just say, look how cute this is. It doesn't matter. The only time that I get picky is when somebody sells something and doesn't say it came from Tammy's stash. That's different, if you remember. I made a bunch of die cuts for a friend, and she bought them and she put them in an auction. And it was really cool because it was for a good cause. But she never said it was me that made them. I'm like, really? But she did. I was picking on her though. But I did tell the person that bought them, if they wanted more, to let me know. For the foundation, I would make them more so they could sell them if they want to. I just wanted her to know who they came from in case they wanted more. Because that particular die is not a common one. It's actually one that's very hard to find, and I've never seen another crafter use it yet. So that's what's nice too about having people with different dies and different things, is because when you go to their sales, then you buy stuff off of them that you don't have. If you don't want to buy that particular die cut, you can get it off another crafter, which I think is cool. It's like a crafter share. I am going to edge these books when I'm done. I have corners for the books, but I want to make sure I don't want to do anything on the inside covers before I add those. Those will be last. But this will be drying. I think that's cute. Somebody could put a word in there or a name or something like that if they wanted to. That'd be cool. I wish somebody would buy one of my journals and show me how they use it. You know, like after they're done with it, like do a video and say, look what I did. Because I like it when people take my journals and make it theirs. You know, add their ideas. Or take away and add something different. That stuff doesn't bother me in the least, but I just want to see one of my journals utilized. This is my journal. The journal I was just working on is the one I'm going to get rid of. So you get one of my new ideas in that journal if you get it. But I haven't decided what I'm going to do the inside of the covers. It's weird because I leave that last. My journal, I'll have a few decorating spots in it. But this one here is going to be more written because I write in mine. I usually do a flip through at the end of the year of all the journals I bought of other people, and I tell who they come from if I remember. Usually I write it down or I leave their business card in it and show you how crafty some of them can be. But I like this, like 6x9 is my favorite. And unfortunately, even though I love the covers of Reader's Digest, they're not 6x9s. They're smaller. But I like a book that can lay more open, and I like more writing space and decorations because I like writing in mine. But if it does have a decorated page in it, like say something like this, I don't write on these pages. These pages I leave for snapshots that I take within the month or the year, however big the journal is. And I use these as backgrounds to put my pictures. So I'll email myself like pictures off my phone. Say I'm like with my grandkid or one of my grandkids or something, or my dog for the day. I'll run off the pictures and put them in what I did that month. My pictures are always last. And it's fun to watch like Mom's journal. Deidre's really cute to watch because like my daughter has 4 kids, so sometimes they don't have time to write in a journal, but they want to record their, what they did for the day with their kids. And there is such a beautiful, easy way to do that. If you're a mom and you're busy, try to take like just a moment when your kid's taking a nap or something. You can get a piece of notebook paper and just cut it and glue it like right here, sideways, up and down, doesn't matter. Write what you did with your kid, and the pictures you have on your phone, you can put right underneath of it. That way you don't have to become like a big page journaler. You can just say, I took Sally to the park today and we had lunch and it was a beautiful day, and just write about that moment. And then take a picture of your kid when they're playing outside, and there you go. That's all you got to do. And it's short and sweet for the busy mom. And it's really cute because I see Deidre journal like that, and I think Stacy did, Sherilyn's daughter. I was watching her journal on her page, and it's really cute because she has like these little papers that they write on, and it's like scrapbooky looking. They're just cute. It's like everybody does their journaling their own way. Me, preferably, I like pages up and down, even though sometimes I will put sideward pages and I will write on them. It's no big deal, but most of the time I'm an up and down person. And you'll see. At the end of every year, I have shown all the journals I've used and how I've utilized them. And I know that there's some people on here that are like, I don't want to do holiday journals because they feel like the holiday journals don't really have enough of a purpose if you're writing for, if you're selling a journal that you're making for an entire year or for a really long time. This is how I utilize those journals. Crafters out there, do not be afraid to make a Christmas journal or Valentine's Day. This is how I do mine. I buy a journal just big enough for that month. So if I want a Halloween journal, it's for the whole month of October. Say I'm in the middle of this journal and I'm only to here. Okay, this is not Halloween. I buy a Halloween journal. This is what I do personally as a crafter and a journaler. Is I say like I'm reading here and I have writing. And I want to start the month of October 1st with the Halloween journal. I'll put to be continued. Going to my Halloween journal. Then I go over here, and usually when I buy the Halloween, I don't buy ones with lots of pages in them. I buy ones that are handheld. The whole month of October, that is just my Halloween journal. And then pages that are left over, that's okay too. Fill them up with pictures. When my grandkids come, trick-or-treaters, or just even magazine cutouts, I fill up the rest of the pages with pictures of stuff to do with Halloween. Continue embellishing the journal, whatever, until it's filled. Valentine's, the same thing. A journal for the whole month of February alone. Then when I'm done with the Halloween journal, I come back to this one and continue till it's finished. That's how I do my journal. So someday when my kids or somebody inherits my journals, they're going to have a fun puzzle to try to figure out which journal comes next, because I will have them on bookshelves in order. So it's going to be fun to say, oh my gosh, she's got to be continued. Let's go find this journal. And they can go read that, come back to this, finish it, go to the next one. I'm going to have them all over the place trying to read my journals. But I like that because I think that's cool. It makes your journaling fun. And Christmas, I do the same thing. There was a lady that had a really cool Christmas journals in her Etsy store. And what was even cuter about that, and I already showed it because I used it, she had 25 days, like the countdown into the journal, and they were little circles. So what I did was I put Sunday, December 1st, and I put the little button to represent December 1st, and I glued it in where the one would go. And that journal turned out really cute. Doing that for Christmas, but the whole month of December, that's all I want is a handheld journal. Doesn't got to be a big one. But the rest of the year, I usually try to buy one with more pages in it, just cause. It just depends. But when I make my journals, this one here is only 2 signatures that I'm keeping for myself because it doesn't matter if mine's big or not. But when I created the other one, it's 4 signatures. So you're definitely going to have more pages in this other one, whoever gets it, because it's fun. And if you're not a writer, you don't have to be. You can make it, you can turn my journals into glue books. You can paint in them. You can do whatever you want. Go sit outside under a tree, draw pictures of rabbits if you want to. But the pages are blank for you to do with what you want. And this is what I love about journals. And if you don't want one, like once this is used, it's done because it's sewed in. If you want a journal cover to continually use, then I say what Care does on Defy. She calls it the Dory style, because apparently that person's was the first person she's seen create it. You can put holes instead of sewing your pages in. You can put a hole here and a hole here with eyelets, and you can put a rubber band type, one of those ties where you can fold your pages and put it in your journal. And if you're using it like for bills, you can keep your cover all the time and just throw away the pages and replenish them. So that's another style of journal that I actually like. As a matter of fact, it's going to be interesting because there's a journal I have to start. No, I still have not started. And I said that the past 2 weeks, I have to get this thing done by Christmas. And I'm not going to show it till after it's done. But the goal with this new journal, and I'll do a flip through later with it, is I want to do a signature in the first part, the Dory style in the second. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. It's either going to be sewed in, Dory style sewed in, or it's going to be just a sewed in signature with a Dory. I'm mixing two types of signatures in that journal so that the person who gets it can either, because it's going to be a Christmas present for someone. So it's going to either be, she'll have the first set, which it'll be really nice. And then the second one, the Adori style, she can pull it in and out so she can continually use the journal, because I want her to continually use it. So, that's the style I want to make in case that's what she wants to do. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want one that she's just going to use once and it's done. I want her to continually use it however she wants to, but she can always refill it. Because sometimes you get a beautiful cover and you're like, I want to keep using it, like a binder style, and that way you can. But once the sewed signatures are sewed in, once you're done with it, it's done. Unless you undo the signatures and throw it away and add a new one, which I think that would be a pain. But so this next one's going to be interesting. So I've done a binder, scrapbook type that you could also write in. I've done the hidden signature. I've done the showing signature. I've done a smaller binder. I did a binder for trains for my dad. I've done just regular, and I'll tell you who's really good at this is Crafty Rena. Thank you, Vaughn. Crafty Rena is the one that I watched the first time I came to YouTube about the altered book. Now, an altered book is a lot different. To me, that's one of my favorites. It actually turned out to be one of my favorites to actually create too. I got a lot of compliments. I made one for my mom, one of her friends, and it's a little more work because you got to do a little math. You count 5 pages, tear out 5 pages, and you got to break down the book and then build it back up again. So, it's just a regular book. If you have a book cover you really love and you're done reading a book, or it's just a book that's falling apart and on the inside some pages are ripped or whatever, those are the perfect books to do this with. So you would go through and count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rip out 5 pages, and you keep tearing it down, but you got to pay attention to where your rips are, to where you get it to be like somewhere around 50 to 80 pages. But you have to be careful because you're doing front and back. And when you rebuild it, you're taking like dyed papers or stationery, and you're covering the words in the book to build it back up as a writing book. They're a lot of fun. I made a couple of those too. Alrighty, Sandy. I know where you're at, Missy. I just need to get woke up earlier in the morning so I can pick on you when you're having your sassy coffee beans. Sweet dreams, Sandy. Sandy's my sassy Sandy. She's the one that puts up the most voice message with me. The woman needs a medal. Sandy, I don't talk that much. I hope she hasn't left yet. I want to see her reply. She'll probably ignore me. She's so funny. She says, I wake up and you left me a novel. That's okay. I hit my daughter up tonight too. She's going to be like, oh my gosh, Mom, you blew up my Facebook Messenger. So anyways, this is what you do. You have fun. And you put different ideas in different books. And it's a lot of fun to create these. It really is. And you find all these good stuff to play with and stick in them. And oh, I watched somebody do something cute here the other day on her channel. I don't have the materials to do it right now. But she did something really cute. She will get the credit for it too, because she's the first person I seen do it. So, but I don't have this. Well, wait a minute. Do I or don't I? I might do something else again here twice. And I could put that in the new journal too. Let me think about it a second. What can I use? They got to be the same size though. Ooh la la. Let me think. One, two. No. I need more. Let me see. Let me think, people. You could incorporate one of them into a journal, maybe. Let me think about it. I have more book pages here that need used up, and that would be like a really cute idea. And I could make them the same size because I have the pages cut down already. Let me see. Oh. I'm finding more stuff in here that I pre-made. I could use this too. Hold on. Man, I got stuff buried in this little. See, I got this thing here that's filled with stuff. This is what I'm picking through. You know, I probably could do one in this journal, but how big would I do it? Maybe like 4 of them. Let me get the countdown. Look how cute this is. I forgot I made this too. It's a stamp, and this was on paper, and this is my pink dyed paper that I made into a booklet. Forgot I made this. So you know what? For now, I don't want to mess that up because it's drying. Or maybe Sandy is right. Maybe that's a little heavy for that pocket because it keeps wanting to go sideways. Sandy, you're not supposed to be right. Shh, don't tell her I said that. Maybe I should put a little tag in there. Hold on. Or a little picture. And I could add that somewhere else. Sandy did say that. She said, that envelope looks too small. I never thought about when the page turned. So hold on here. Always looking for tiny stuff. I thought it was the right size. I might have to put something else in the pocket. Lighter. Maybe the tag is just a little too heavy. Darn it, these pictures are sideways. I need a good up and down. This might be too big too. It's too wide. Darn it. Darn it. And this one probably is too small. It's like going into the bears. Too big, too small, and just right. It's on this page. It's just sideways. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Nothing fantastic on that page. Gotta have pretty stuff. Oh, I forgot this was in here too. This could be something I could add for a pocket too. Still too small. Too small. But I don't know. Sometimes you watch a crafter and, you see him make stuff and you want to buy it when you see it. I know I do. And then sometimes you can just craft along and make your own. That's cool too. Darn it. Can I find something to fit in that freaking pocket? I'm still looking, people. But anyways, this is part of the hardest part, I think, is finding all the pieces you want to put in. Well, there's a map. That's kind of cute. We could do a map. What do you think? Let's see how this... Yeah, it doesn't fall out. Why that too? Really, Tammy? I'll put this back in somewhere else. What I just did. Oh my goodness, because these are wet. I shouldn't touch my books when they're wet. Seriously. Every time I do, I'm a messy Marvin. torn it anyways. This is why I should wait till they're dry. But no, I gotta stick my fingers in it. So we'll leave this here. That looks better. I need something a little lighter. And I don't think my ribbon's up here. I need like a light ribbon. Or I guess I could use this piece. It's not really that dark though. We'll use a light piece. It could be the sari silk is heavy too. I made that other one topple because that tag's really not that heavy. Let's see what this one does. Because there's another way I could do this without turning it into a tag. You could cover the tag hole with a Nuvo drop so it doesn't look like a hole's there. I hear you, Roan. Where's my shaky puppy? I hear you in there shaking, Miss Jingles. Where's my Rona? Roni. Roni pepperoni. Where's my Roni pepperoni? See if this falls. Just out of curiosity. No. This is later. So let's try to do this. That works. Ugh. I just want to sparkle that page for some reason. Okay. Let this dry. See how that tag's like the same size though. I think it's the top part. Darn it. Let me take this off. Let's try it without this. See if it still falls. Because I really like that there. See, it's not falling now. Well, a little bit it is. Or I could just leave it. See what this is like. It's down in here. It's kind of staying in there. I think it's just because this is lightweight too. This is a little heavier. But we'll find a place. I don't know. Maybe something a little later. I don't know. Let's see what this is. Thought I would have something in here. A little daintier. Here's a building. See if it hides it. I want something that sticks out a little bit. I don't know. That's going to be a pocket I'll have to work on. I'll have to think of something. Because I'm not seeing anything in here. Well, here's another one. Let's try this piece. It's another mappage, but it doesn't have a hole in it. Oh, that's much better. So we'll leave that. Yay! Alrighty then. Okay. Hey, Penny! So that'll work. So we have that. Okay, so now on to the new thing I wanted to try. We'll put this up to dry, and I'm not touching it. More can sit there. So we can add this and that to that journal, and I'm going to figure out a way to incorporate this because I do want these to go into that journal too. But anyways, I was watching Dear Julie, and I will stick her channel down below. She did something. I'm going to see if I can do it. She did something on her channel the other day, and I thought it was really cutesy. But crafters make things look easy to do yourself. So here's Dear Julie's channel. She used to be a florist and has had many jobs. She's very talented. To do crafting ideas on a daily basis, you have to be talented. I can't do crafts every day. I only do it when I have an idea. But then I didn't have it as a job either. So there's Julie's channel. I shared her out. Okay, so she used regular envelopes to do this, but I'm going to make 4. And I'm going to try to pull this off of homemade envelopes and see if I can do it. You would probably want, oh, wrong scissors. You would probably want to do these with bigger envelopes for sure. But I just want to try it. So I'm going to fold this in. Fold this in. And try to make these the same size. Oh, Okay, so there's one. Well, there's two. Three. One more. I remember how she did that. She didn't homemake her envelopes though. She had store-bought ones. Because you can do this with regular envelopes too. I'm just doing it because I want to try it with pages. Okay. All right. So she took, part's going to be fun is adding this part. Okay, we'll do this first. So she took the envelopes she had, which were bigger ones. This is going to be a cute tiny one. And right on the fold, just where the glue, like right here, you want to take it, just glue that, and then add the next envelope. And then you want to glue here again and add the next envelope. Then you want to glue here and add the next envelope. Okay, now we use this crafty paper. I think I'm going to use the other side. Cut the ridges off. And of course, I do want a straight cut. So this here is approximately 3.5 inches. Set that aside for a second. My glue bottle over. This. Scissors and stuff in the way. Let me go here. Fold this. Don't need the back half. I'm going to go 3.5. Come on. Hold it in place. Let's get this out. Wait a minute. That can't be right. Ugh. Hold on. Let's go from the top. Cheap these. Hold on here. It's right there. Let me measure this. I don't know why that. Because I'm looking at centimeters over here. Duh. Okay. So it's actually almost 4. No. Well, that couldn't be right because this is in inches. I don't know what I did. It's almost 3 inches. But I don't know what happened. That was bizarre. It's right there. Bear with me, people. This at the bottom. Yeah. I'm going to get this for a second. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like I said, 3.5. That's weird. It's almost 3. I don't know what I did. But anyways, I hate measuring. I really do. So anyways, we're going to take this. We're going to put this back against it. We're going to leave like points. We're going to guesstimate this about right here. And then how much room do I want about right here? The rest over. So we're going to take this piece right where I made the marks. We're going to make a fold on this, which probably will not be straight because I'm terrible at it. Come on. To make a fold here, and then you're going to go here and you're going to make another fold on the second mark I made. Like it's going to look like this. Come on, get it straight. I'm terrible. Let's do this. And then the first fold is right there. Do the first fold like 1.5 inches apart to 2 inches, depending on how big your envelopes are. And I'm not in focus, sorry. Here, let me pull my camera back. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to have like this much leeway across the top. Let me erase these pencil marks off. It was really cute watching her do this for a journal. So then what I'm going to do, how did she do this? This way across the top, and then, yeah, that's how she did it. I'm doing it probably backwards because I'm a lefty, but that's okay. It's not an excuse. I really do stuff backwards. So we're going to take the bottom and we're going to fold this up like so. Okay. And then what you want to do is you want to cut this part. See how I want to do this. Before I cut, I'm going to double check this so I don't make a boo-boo. I already did make a boo-boo. See? I went by the points. She actually cuts. I'm going to leave the points on these. When you do a bigger envelope, you want to glue the backs of these together, and then you want to cut across. You want to cut this part off of the regular envelopes. Okay, but I'm leaving mine on because I wanted the points there. So then you go up here and you just cut across. And you take this envelopes here and you do the same thing I did before. Right up the center of the back, like so. Because my envelopes aren't that big, that's why I'm leaving the points on. And you glue them in here, and then you want to turn this into a little folder. This is what she did. You can go watch it on Julie's channel. It was really cool how she did this with bigger envelopes. And this turns into a cute little ephemera holder. By gluing those envelopes, you have all these pockets to store stuff in. Except when she cut them across, and of course they're bigger envelopes, she can put stickers and like little embellishments in, so that she turned it into like a little accordion folder. It was really cute. I like the idea. And then this gives it room for it to move as you fill it. And then you can decorate it. And I'm sitting in her stream going, ooh, it needs either a Velcro, a string, or a magnetic holder. And then at the end of the video, she said you could put a Velcro dot right here to hold it shut. So I thought that was cute. But this here, I want to add it instead of using it as an ephemera holder. That's why I made it so small. And I wanted to use the book pages. It's because I can glue this in a journal and they can open it up and it can have like hidden tags or something in there, like little hidden messages, or you can take and put like a positive card in, like little cards. You can cut them with like, have a beautiful day or sweet dreams, or you can put little cards in here and have little messages to yourself. So like, not cute. And of course you can tell I don't cut straight. But I thought that was a really cute idea. So that came from Dear Julie, the idea. Just so you know. And I think I might have. I can stick this on it. This is cute. Cut the edges off. We'll put this on the front of it. I don't have Velcro dots to put on this, but I'll have to get some. But I think I do have Velcro somewhere in this house that's squared. I'll just have to cut it for now. But see, you can decorate it with something Parisy on the front. That's what I'm going to do. Decorate it. And then we'll add it into the new journal. So you get the first miscut. Whoever gets the journal pages that I just did. But that's what's nice about a junk journal is they can be junky. They don't have to be perfect. Sicky Mrone, you're biting. My husband's home. Shh. Is Daddy home, Ron? I'm surprised she didn't bark. She's usually like Dino running through the house. Daddy's home. Daddy's home. So there you go. Cutesy. Very cutesy. You'll hear hubby. That's a dogster. Michael, everybody on YouTube could hear your Roni voice. He spoils my puppy. Oh, please. You hear him? I work all day and I gotta cook dinner like a slave. Oh my goodness, give me a break. You're not getting no cooking this winter. No more of my homemade crock pot soups. My oven baked stuff, if you want to run your choppers, dude. His idea of cooking is frozen pizza. That's his hard day of cooking, throwing frozen food in the oven. I'd like to see you make homemade lasagna, dude, where you have to lay out the noodles on the table the old-fashioned way. What's nice about these little pieces of paper is you can use them on the die cut machine. Make little flowers and stuff. I'll throw the rest away. There are some crafters that keep every little thing. At least I do try to throw some of them away. So we have that. That's cute. She did a really cute job. Wish I could straighten it out a little better to where that piece doesn't hang over. Come on. Get over there. It's probably the fold I did too. That's a little better. It's a little wonky. Isn't it cute? So there's another idea. So these are going to be fun things to add, but the whole part of it to me is getting the pieces together and then finding what you want to create in the little pieces and getting those pieces together, and then you just have fun. So here are, this is really cute. This is like a little, I think this is a little plastic sack, or it looks like one. Maybe. Or is this just a picture? No, it's a little bag. Isn't that cute? Get it open all the way. Yeah. It's a little plastic pink bag that you can add to a journal and put stuff in there too. So I like that. That's actually really cute. So this will go in it. And we have a pink page book. And this is extra journaling spot. I signatured that in with embroidery. They call that something floss. That's what I stitched that in with. You can barely see it because it's like a darker pink. And I made that a while ago. So you have a little smile booklet, and then we'll add this bag. And this is what I mean when you go to sales and then you see things you can embellish stuff with. That is cute. You know, you probably even could use these. I know that's crazy because I don't keep every little thing. But these here could be used for labels. You could actually put a word in these. I'm going to keep them too. I'm going to put them back in the envelope because those can be used. I mean, there's a lot of people that find crazy things. They make them out of dryer sheets. They use pens that are empty, that are see-through. I see somebody take bread twisties and turn it into a fence for the cover of a book. I don't keep all that little stuff. But it is cute. It's really cool to see the ideas that crafters come up with, but I throw that stuff away. I just can't. I would become such a hoarder. And it's bad enough I have enough stuff without adding all the little stuff with it. So there's that. So next week, we can work on some more embellishments. I need to find my little pink bags like this too, because I could add another one of these to the newer journal, or I could just use that pink one right there. But I know I have these. I think I have these in pink, yellow. I can't remember if I have mint green or not. Some of these you can find at the Dollar Trees. And, but I like that color blue. That's pretty. It's almost like a teal blue, the way it looks on my end. But we will work on more stuff next week. I'll have try to have some embellishments made or some ideas. And that's it. Once I embellish the book and finish that part of it, the journals will be done. And I got to coffee dye some pages too, and tea dye in the future. My batch is running low. I'll end up figuring out what I'm going to do with the inside of these pages. Sometimes people will cover this with another color, and then they will put a library card in for journaling, which is really cute, or some type of pockets. And then here's the back to do the same thing too. I haven't decided what I'm going to do in mine yet, or the other one. And then what I like to do is, I do believe that people should signature their work, and I was bad at that because I didn't do it to the first ones I sold. But I started with the one I made. It was custom for a customer. I had a little paper that lifted up and I initialed underneath that little paper. So it's hidden in the book. I just have a hard time finding a place to put my signature without it ruining the page. Like, I don't want that to stand out. And I don't like stuff at the bottom of the page. Like, I don't want to write in your journal. So I found a way to hide it under a tab. And I like that better. So I'll put like my initials and the date it was finished and do it that way. But I don't think there's going to be a whole lot more I'm going to put in mine. There's going to be a few things because the plainer the better for me, because everybody journals differently. And I already have a couple pictures from a digital, where that one I don't think I put any digital pictures, and I used the digital, but it was just a flowery page. So there's that, because I didn't have anything pink. And the digitals I have purchased so far, there's no pink except the one that's got mixed coral. So I'll figure something out. But yes, so thank you for the people that come in and spent your time with me tonight. Thanks for the people that stopped by. Like I always say, whatever time zone you're in, I hope you're having a great one. And I will see you soon. Bye. Hey, you don't get the last say. I'm not done yet. You should listen to him. He just comes right in here going, blow him a kiss. Bye.